Hey, Shalom, Shalom, Salaki on that. Sorry for the interruption. Somebody been trying to call. But back to the lesson, like I was saying, meanwhile, you got individuals as this famous person, well, not famous, but his name is Famous Dex. He is a well-known rapper from Chicago. He's making a prank towards, him and his little crew about a nuclear war or nuclear missiles coming over to America. Meanwhile, these events are currently happening. Him taking lightly of the situation and just having a prouder life. And also, putting shit on his mom, which he lost his mother, due to so-called breast cancer or whatever. So Jake clearly is still lost and still in the world and still trying to pursue his worldly lust and having a prouder life ultimately, man. All right. You already see the activities that everybody was on. Basically, the everyday rapper lifestyle, smoking big blunts, recording music, trying to fuck hoes, enjoying life, having that pride of life. Meanwhile, the watchers and the men of the Lord are out there prophesying death and destruction to this place. And this place is going to go out by nuclear fire. And it's spiritual that he had a whole prank that happened. And he allegedly said that he even started to get scared, even within his own prank. So that even lets you know deep down in these people's spirits, and you can also, view some of the comments in a video, and deep down in these people's spirits and in their thoughts, they know nuclear war is on the horizon and it is very strongly possible. But not understanding prophecy, it will happen. It will come to pass because Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai ordained this to happen. All right. And I want to get this precept in Ezekiel chapter 33, and it reads the heading, the watchman's duty. I'll start at the top. Ezekiel 33:1. Again, the word of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, came unto me, saying, Son of man, speak to the children of thy people, and say unto them, when I bring a sword upon the land, if the people of the land take a man of their coast, and set him their watchman, if when he seeth the sword cometh upon the land, he bloweth the trumpet and warn the people, then whosoever heareth the sound of the trumpet and taketh not warning, if the sword come, which it is going to come by thermonuclear fire, by the ways of World War III, and take him away, his blood shall be upon his own head, because us being the watchmen, because that is the whole watchman's duty, is to warn the people of Israel of the destruction and the judgments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You can also read a precept for that in Ezekiel chapter 3 and verse 17. Warn them of me. All right, and that's clearly what we're doing here. The year 2024 is the hopeful year of Jacob's trouble, man. The fulfillment of Jacob's trouble. Because with that Jacob's trouble happening, the kingdom of heaven is right at hand. Is that birth pains, giving birth, which symbolically means, judgments upon the 2/3 of the nation of Israel, Jacob's trouble, total destruction of Babylon the Great, which is going to turn into a memorial, a monument, a celebration, all right, a high holy day in the kingdom of heaven, man, because that's going to be a great day of deliverance and us, escaping. Lord, will we be of that chosen number of salvation, us escaping, the second Egypt, okay, us escaping Esau's Edom and with his NWO plan via through that MARK. All right, that the Lord has chosen us and ordained us for salvation, praying that we are of that number to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. So we giving that sound. All right, but meanwhile, people still want to, pussyfoot around, whether they be in the circumcision, knowing the truth, all right, or even the ones that just out here in the world, okay? And you can read on down to verse 33. And when it come to pass, lo, it will come. Then shall they know that a prophet had been among them. Then shall they know a prophet had been among them at the end of the day. Like I said, this rapper, individual, he technically marked himself, man. And he basically, showed a nomen omen, okay, because these things will come to pass. And he's fulfilling prophecies too. All right. And let me read 2 Peter chapter 3 Verse 3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts. All right. And that was a scoffing moment, whether he believe it or not. All right. He's basically scoffing at prophecies. All right. Because that will come to pass when, when Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai shall come as a thief in the night. The judgment of the Lord shall enter in this place, man, and shall begin at the house of his sanctuary, which is the nation of Israel, his people. All right, because that's going to be the final judgment and ass cutting of the Lord, man, during the time of Jacob's trouble. And before all that happened, before the nuclear missiles drop, the MARK has to be implemented. All right, because the Lord has to separate the ones that he want to receive that mark and the elect. All right, the ones that's not going to receive it even unto death. That's why we have to prepare our minds and prepare our souls for that, because we don't want to be partakers of the lake of fire. We want to be partakers of salvation, even through death. All right, for Yahweh Shai, man. OK. And that's what, we're striving for, to be the elect. Verse 3, knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers walking after their own lusts, and saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep or passed on or died off, as or all things continue as they were from the beginning of creation. For this they willingly are ignorant of, that by the word of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, power, the heavens were of old, and the earth standeth out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was being overflowed with water perished. And that happened. And that also happened during the time of Noah. OK. And when they didn't believe, when Noah was prophesying, eventually, everybody died, being overflowed with the flood. OK. Knowing that the rainbow was a symbol of him not destroying the earth by water. But he also said the earth is preserved by fire, even along this other chapter, because the Lord already knew that Babylon the Great was going to exist and how the people was going to be. All right. How the rulers and so on and so forth, man. All right. And going back to verse 4, where's the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning. And those are the people, that have in a mind frame that the Lord is never going to return. Or if he's going to return, it's not going to happen in their lifetime, not even understanding reincarnation, because you have to reap your judgment somehow, some way. OK. And just saying, making mockery of his men, making mockery of the judgments of the Lord. All right. The prophecy, so on and so forth. Those are the people, basically non-believers, and they take lightly of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai until that shit really hits home for them. OK. And you wonder why Jake be getting all messed up through judgments. Verse 7. But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire, against the day of judgment and perdition of ungodly men. Starting off with Esau, Edom. All right. Then, the 2/3 of our people. For among the Lord's people are found wicked men. All right. Our people has, taught the wicked their ways. All right. They surpassed the wicked, roughly paraphrasing. All right. Verse 8, but beloved, be not ignorant of this one thing, that the day is with the Lord 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day. So 1,000 years to us is one day measured to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, and vice versa. All right. That's how we lined up through the spirit, how long the earth was, created, how long the earth was established for. And the earth is only a couple between the ranges of 13 to 14,000 years old. OK, roughly paraphrasing. And that's through the spirit. Starting off with Genesis, the first, 6 days he worked and the 7th day he rests. Those are, broken down to 1,000-year periods, man. That's how we lined up biblical timelines. And then you have history and so on to match the accuracy of the Bible. Okay. Verse 9, the Lord is not slack concerning his promise, as some men count slackness. All right. And the people imagine a vain thing, man. They really think that the Lord is not in the midst. But as of lately, as the years have prolonged, a lot of people are waking up to the fact that we are in the last days, and that who the world inwardly calls Jesus Christ is coming back, even though they still have their misconception, all right, their misunderstanding on how the Lord is coming back. The Lord is coming back in a terrible way. All right. Matter of fact, should have got Amos 5:18, but I want to look at something. I just want to type in the day of the Lord, because a lot of people have a misconception on how the Lord is going to return. I'm just going to read a couple of precepts that can match what I'm going with. This is Isaiah 13:6. Howl ye, for the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. All right, verse 9 in the same chapter, Isaiah 13:9. Behold, the day of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. There's nothing, pleasant on the scriptures that I'm reading right now concerning the day of the Lord, which a lot of people take lightly. And that land that it's talking about is Babylon the Great in Isaiah 13, the 13th chapter. All right, it's talking about Babylon, and New Babylon at that, which is this place we're dwelling in right now. Verse 13, therefore I will shake the heavens, and the earth shall remove out of her place the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai of hosts, Sabaoth, and in the day of his fierce anger. And the Lord is going to come back with fierce anger. By the way, his chariots. All right. Isaiah 66:15 on down to 16. All right. By the way of the nuclear fire. All right. The missiles that he's going to use in World War III. See, this is all prophecies that a lot of people, the 2/3, mainly of our people and even the heathens, cannot understand. The Lord has given this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding to his men that he ordained. All right. And no, it's not talking about those people in the churches.